as Logan Hodgson gets ready right down here in our Ralph's Texas Bar and Steakhouse shoot. The horse is Imperial Beach. This is the horse they won bronc riding on earlier this year at one of our Kessler Spring Rodeos, but dang, he's a little bit fractious down there. In fact, there's a couple of them that way. They're feeling it on a Friday night.
That's a good sign.
I said they're fractious. All right, here's Hodgson right now.
Let's ride. Come on, British Columbia. Don't let him ride alone. I think we're going to do it. Here's the rescue squad. Medicine Hat, if you liked it, let the cowboy know he's down there in front of you right now. 7-0. Thank you, cowboy. Now, the adjudication back from our pro officials here tonight is 70 points for Logan Hodgson, 7-0. The lead is being split between a couple of cowboys, both Alberta cowboys, Clinton Cox and Denver Danes. The leading ride thus far, 79.5. So that's what the cowboys are shooting at tonight.
And we're going to move on over to Bromley Mechanical for our next bronc rider.
Medicine Hat's largest and most capable pressure equipment manufacturer and oil
Two times the novice saddle bronc riding champion of Canada. He's got a pair of brothers that love to ride broncs, and they ride very well, just as good as Coleman Watt. He is sixth in the Dwayne Dane series of saddle bronc riding, and he has a horse called Happy Trail tonight. We can see the other cowboys down inside helping him tonight, giving him the last few minutes of instruction on how to handle this horse.
I'd like to see my wife on Happy Trails. You don't know this. The other night, my wife never come home all night long.
What happened?
Well, she walked in the door. I said, where you been? She said, I stayed at a friend's house.
Yeah.
I said, what's your friend's name? She said, you don't know her. It's a new friend.
Okay.
So I phoned 8 of her friends. 5 of them said they ain't seen her in a month. The other 3 said they ain't seen her in 3 weeks.
Oh, boy.
So guess what?
What?
Last night, I stayed out all night long.
All night long.
I walked in the door. My wife said, where have you been? I said, I stayed at a friend's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, what's your friend's name? I said, you don't know him. It's a new friend. She phoned 8 of my friends.
Yeah.
5 of them said I spent the night there. The other 3 said I'm still there. You tell me
Those are good friends right there.
Hey, buddy, if it's weird, it happens to me.
Oh, man, everything weird happens to you.
You know what? Since we got a second, you want to hear something really weird? I'll tell you this. The weirdest thing that's ever happened to me.
What's that?
When I was little, I used to go to church every Sunday. I was a good little Catholic boy.
Yeah.
I always had something weird.
What's that?
I wanted to give a nun a kiss.
A what?
A nun. I know it's weird. Well,
Good
2 weeks
Lord.
ago, 2 weeks ago, I'm flying home from Denver, and they're in the airport. Guess what was walking by?
A nun?
Yep. I said, for $30, will you give me a kiss? She said, no, for $300 I will. So $300, she gave me a kiss like I've never had. I said, hey, my name's Danny Halstead. I'm a professional rodeo clown. And I said, yeah, but my name's Peter, and I'm on my way to a costume party. That was weird.
I love it. I love it. That is great. Oh, man.
I ain't going back to Denver ever again.
I don't think you should.
Okay.
By the way, Coleman Watt is leading one of our sister rodeos across the 49 parallel down there in Helena, Montana. He was 79 points there to be the leader. Come on, buddy, keep going.
This looks good. Come on, Canada, let's ride. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what to do for a disappointed cowboy on Friday night, don't you, Medicine Hat? Oh, thank you.
Well, as we take a look at it one more time on the board, and you're going to see him come off at about the 5-second mark. Looked good up until that moment. This might be a real good opportunity for us to find out a little bit more about bronc riding with a Rodeo 101, and here's Katie Lucas.
Well, in the saddle bronc riding, rhythm and style are key. As with the bareback riding, cowboys must abide by the mark-out rule, holding their feet up above the point of the horse's shoulder until the first jump out. Each and every jump after that, the cowboy must spur the horse up above that point of the shoulder before his front feet hit the ground. That's called beating the horse to the ground. If he's able to do that and show control with his bronc rein, he'll get a big score from our Wrangler officials.
Thanks, Katie. All right, as we come back to the buck and shoots, get the action underway. We're going to the chat TV shoot for Chuck Schmidt of Keldron, South Dakota.
Chat Television, the Prairie Zone. Tune in to local news at noon, 5:30, 6:30, and 11 weekdays.
Doug, this guy had a 2-3 split horse last weekend. Let's watch him ride.
This is a horse called Paperclip, and this is a bucking horse. Come on, Chuck. Look at this ride. Oh, absolutely excellent. Here come the Dodge pickup men right there. Friends, what do you think of Chuck Schmidt?
I'll tell you who liked it a whole lot was our officials. How about 85 points for Chuck Schmidt? My goodness. We need to take another look at this one on the super screen. Look at that. That is very, very nicely put together. An 85 score vaults him to the top of the class. Drops the guys who were leaders, Clinton Cox and Denver Danes at 79.5 to second and third.
Wow, good job for South Dakota. Ready to ride with our next cowboy.
Well, you talk about a guy with a hot hand as we go to Weir Construction and Court Shear.
Weir Construction for 60 years. Construction has served southern Alberta and western Saskatchewan in oil and gas lease preparation, reclamation, and global.
Calgary Stampede champion leading right now down at Cheyenne on 2, and Court Shear showing you what he's all about right there on the Poker Star. That 10-year-old buckskin mare from the Kessler firm, that was a matchup that I was looking forward to. Court Shear has just been so outstanding all season long. Didn't let us down here tonight, it doesn't look like either.
As we look at the replay of the ride, absolutely nothing wrong with that. That cowboy was in perfect rhythm with that bucking horse. And that is going to be reflected in the score. How good was he, David?
He was 83.5 to go to second place overall. Hey, the Bronc riding on Friday night in Medicine Hat, always spectacular. We're keeping that tradition alive.
We're not changing anything right now. Chet Johnson is our cowboy getting ready to ride. Chet always has a winning hand when he comes to Canada. 3 times to the Wrangler Nationals Finals Rodeo. Down and ready to ride. We're talking about the City Chrysler shoot this time.
City Chrysler, the corners of Highway 1 and 3, where the good guys are, and those rodeo-tested, ram-tough Dodge trucks.
All right, here's Chet. Come on, smiling Chet Johnson. Look at this guy, been a Canadian champion, and he made rides like that to get there. Chet Johnson on 3 winks. Now, Doug, you've been around a little while in this game of rodeo, so you know about that 3 bars breeding when we talk about the Kesslers, that great mare Hall of Fame, and some of her progeny we're seeing 2 and 3 generations later, and they're still spectacular.
Oh, you bet. The bucking horse bloodlines run deep, I'll tell you. That looks good. The adjudication comes back for Chet Johnson now. 76.5, 76.5. Good job for a former Canadian champion, the number 2 cowboy in Canada. He's been having an absolutely marvelous year. I think we'll see him at the Canadian Finals Rodeo.
Oh, that big smile that is always there, whether he's 88 or 68. I don't think he's ever been 68, but if he is, he'll have that smile right there. As we get ready right now for our next man, Justin Berg of Wainwright, center stage. This, of course, is the guy that I chose earlier as one of the guys to watch here tonight. And I love this matchup with center stage. Here's a 3 times Canadian Finals Rodeo qualifier. Twice been our Calgary Stampede novice champion. Sitting 13th in Canada coming in. And we're at the Medicine Hat Feeding Company shoot.
Medicine Hat Feeding Company, Lyle Taylor and Brian Helichek, your one-stop for cattle marketing and livestock supplies.
Justin has one of our highest marked rides of the year. He was at 87.5 points at the rodeo earlier this year. He's been to the Canadian Finals. He comes from the cowboy part of the world, up in the Lee Park country of Marwayne, Alberta. And he's having a few problems down inside, Dave. We're going to give him a moment or two to get his equipment set on the back of the horse.
All right, goes to work right now. You watch him ride, Justin Berg in center stage. Oh, look at that. That is aggressive. That is impressive. But unfortunately, I didn't like the way he came off that horse. You can see him right down there. Now we're just conferring with our officials, because that telltale flag is on the ground indicating that he may have missed that horse out, did not have the heels of the boots over the points of his shoulders. That's a tough deal, especially when you come down like he does at the end of this ride. I think Medicine Hat, we need to pay him off our way one time. Tough break. Dustin Berg, no score.
That was a good call on the part of our Wrangler officials on that right-hand side. We did see that on the replay. Jake Brown is our cowboy from Eckville. He is less than $3,000 out of 10th place right now in the standings of Canadian Professional Rodeo.
And he's getting ready over there at the Cypress Insurance shoot.
Cypress Insurance, Lois, Gary, and Rhonda. People you know, people you expect. 100% locally owned. They're on Dunwood Road.
A horse called Trail Smoke tonight. This young cowboy is just starting to make his presence felt in the world of professional rodeo. Now, he is a semi-professional rodeo champion. He won the Canadian Cowboys Association Championship in the saddle bronc riding last fall. Now, what have you got? What are you doing?
I was coming to find the rowdy section.
Where are they?
Well, see, I got free t-shirts from Albertina.
A free t-shirt for the rowdy section?
Yeah, I got free t-shirts, but I gotta find the rowdy section. Where's the rowdy section?
Whoa!
Where's the rowdy section? Come on.
Wow.
How many want to see me shoot the announcer?
Oh, good luck with that. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. All right, here's our cowboy. Come on.
This is a second-generation kid going to it. Come on, Jake. Look at him ride. Come on, Alberta, give him a hand. We're still there at 8 seconds. That's great.
Nice job by Jake Brown on the Trail Smoke. That's one of our rising stars in Canadian Professional Rodeo, as you alluded to. Not his night tonight, though. Just didn't really get tapped off with the bucking horse. He's in at 67 points. Oh, wait a minute. The good news, Jake, come and get your gear, buddy. You got an option. You're getting on another bucking horse.
An option?
He did.
I wish I would have got an option when I got married. Okay, where's the rowdy section?
Wow.
I think I had too much juice in that one.
Turn it down just a bit.
No, I like it when it's up like this to watch. I can see we're way up there.
Okay.
Okay, Rowdy's, where are you up there? Come on. Look at that.
Woo! Not me. All right, we're going to Plato's Roofing for our next cowboy, Dusty Housu.
Plato's Superior Roofing, White family serving the needs of Medicine Hat for over 60 years.
Well, you want to talk about him because he's the guy that you chose as out of the Bronc riders tonight, Doug Young. What do you think about a former Canadian champion and his draw?
Well, you know, Dusty Housu has been hot. We're talking about last weekend. He won the rodeo in Kennedy, Saskatchewan. He got second in Maple Creek. This is a good horse. This is Breakaway. Come on, Dusty. Don't let him ride alone. This looks great. Yeah.
Well, we're going to see that one again on the replay, and I'll tell you something. When I first looked at him, I said, his reign's too long. Look at how he gets loosened up right here, but you talk about great balance, great upper body control. He simply makes a spectacular ride out of this. Dusty Housu showing you why he won a Canadian championship a couple of years ago. And he's in at 77 points on Breakaway.
Great job as our horse leaves the arena. Remember, Shear has just jumped up, Chuck Schmidt has just jumped up into the lead with an 85. Shear at 83.5. So up first and second thus far. Here comes a Canadian cowboy stepping up over top of the chutes. The Medicine Hat News chute is where we're going for this cowboy. Chad Thompson, Black Diamond, Alberta, is the cowboy we look to. A horse called Dark Shadow, a horse that's been to the Canadian Finals Rodeo. And Chad Thompson is right out of the ranks of Canadian Intercollegiate Rodeo. We saw him at the Canadian Intercollegiate Finals Rodeo in Edmonton. He is a horseshoer. He is a farrier by trade. He is a trained horseshoer at Olds College. He's watching now, making sure about the placement of that horse. We've measured the Bronc rein already. He's talking to the Cowboys about how to handle this horse. And that start inside the chute is very, very important. This is a very strong horse, an 11-year-old black mare from the Kesslers. Twice to the Canadian finals rodeo, as we said. Let's ride. Come on, this is the kid going to it tonight. Hang on, whoa. Yeah, he's reached down and he's asking for a little bit of help from the Dodge pickup men tonight. Friends, it's going to be a no score, but let's give him a hand if you could, please.
Well, you saw him reach down with that free hand, got in a little bit of a storm and had to do that. All right, so disqualification is the result. You can't touch the equipment or the bucking horse during the course of that 8-second ride, or even yourself with that free hand during the course of the ride. Well, get ready for this, because this is a bucking horse I happen to love. This is Spanish Pear, great stallion from the Kessler firm. Alley Cat, 3 bars breeding all the way, Canadian and National Finals rodeo selected horse. But Tyler Corrington, the man that has the horse, just happens to be the #1 man in Canada, the #2 man in the world standings. And you watch this matchup, Doug. How about Tyler Corrington and Spanish Pear?
David, you've been telling me about this bucking horse stallion all night long, and I can't wait for this. This is the #2 cowboy in the world right now, #1 in Canada. He's just setting the equipment on the back of that horse.
Well, and we're at the Hat Agri Services shoot, John.
Hat Agri Services. Carla, Jason, and Greg.
You know, somebody we want to thank, too, is Hydroco Industries, of course, a great outfit, because they brought us our Canadian Pro Rodeo Sport Medicine team. And our 50-50 is happening as well. Hey, a lot is going on here in Medicine Hat right now, including Tyler Corrington and Spanish Pear.
From Hastings, Minnesota, this is a great cowboy. Sit back, get ready to ride, watch for the turned out toes, watch for the heel contact. You're outside, looks good. David, you're right. Good Lord.
You're not going to see that happen very often over the course of the year, because I think the 3 words that describe Tyler Corrington best: future world champion. But tonight, Spanish Pear does what Spanish Pear does so well. Doesn't bother to read the resume, apparently. Oh, man. Look at that. No score for a great cowboy.
That right foot hung in the candleboard of the saddle, and I think those 3 words typify the bucking horse as well. Future world champion.
All right, well, we got one more. We've got that re-ride coming back. Jake Brown getting ready on Sandcastle. Going to be the cowboy and the bucking horse right down here in Ralph's Texas Bar and Steakhouse.
Did you ever do this? Did you ever ride Broncs?
No, but I did run Steakhouse and I can tell you that. Actually, I wrote once I tried to ride Broncs.
Did you? How did it work out?
I fell off, and I'll tell you what, it was weird, buddy. Everywhere I touched here, ouch, I hurt.
Wow.
Touched here, ouch, I hurt. Touched here, ouch, I hurt.
What happened? What did you have wrong with you?
Well, I went to the doctor. You know what he told me?
What?
I had a broken finger. Hey, if it's weird, buddy. I told you yesterday I did something stupid yesterday. I got my preparation H and my polygraph mixed up.
Oh, no.
And my teeth don't itch, but my underwear stuck.
Whoa.
Sorry. You got holes in your underwear?
No, I don't.
You don't have holes in your underwear?
No, I don't.
How do you get them on?
Oh,
You're not. That's right. You're the El Commando announcer. You don't have Saskatchewan.
that's enough.
You're probably wearing the thong backwards.
That's enough.
Would you stop?
No wonder you're always happy.
Oh, man. All right, Jake Brown getting ready on the Sandcastle right down here in that Ralph's Texas Bar and Steakhouse shoot.
Now, each and every horse girths up a little bit differently. We're giving Jake a minute or 2 down here because he's had to change the length of his cinches. He's talked to the other cowboys about how much rein to give this horse, and that is a very educated and a very important guess. Now, he's looking down inside at the horse. The cowboys are starting to back away.
Interesting thing just happened. He actually asked for some help because he hadn't been on the horse before. Dwayne Kessler rode over, consulted with Chet Johnson, who has, and Chet gave him the measurement on that rein because, of course, you take too short a rein, get pulled down over the head of the horse. Too long a rein, and out the back door you go. And there's Chet Johnson right there. And he was discussing just moments ago the rein that you need to get on that horse.
We've just moved that horse up one chute. Many of our horses are preferential on places to buck from inside the arena.
Bromley Mechanical is where we're at. And Dennis, what are you doing?
I just lost my gum.
Oh boy.
Timeout.
Yeah, Dennis, we got more chewing gum, okay? There's lots of chewing gum around.
This is a very special piece, Dave.
Oh yeah? What's so special about that piece of gum?
It's got my teeth in it.
Just keep looking, okay?
Throw me your upper ones.
Let's help Jake Brown right now. Alberta Cowboy. Come on, Alberta. Hang on, Jake.
Oh. Well, about the time we talked about the measurement on that rein, and doggone it, he came down over the front side. You can see he's not very happy with the result. I'd feel like, doggone it, I kind of missed a good opportunity right there. Watch this horse right here. And Jake Brown looking nicely in control right there. Now, you can sometimes adjust the rein if you need to, but right there he comes over the head side, close to getting stepped on, but he's okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how did you enjoy the saddle bronc riding tonight?